Okay. We was doing some soil samples out here, and we was testing for to make sure there's no aluminum in our soil. It might be toxic to our crops. We use a soil sampler. So we're out here in new tools here. We're deciding to take a look at. One of them is a UV meter to test the UV radiation. It's so warm here in February. Right now we've got the UV is 1.6. It's a Solar Master. I bought it. This is not the most expensive, but this is all I could afford. I wanted to see how hot it was getting, because man, I work and I start sweating and getting super hotter than what we normally been used to. And the other one is an electrometer that I've got to check for electrical EMF waves and radiation waves or whatever. And I'm doing this because one time we had a rain and the crops come up and it died for some reason, and we don't know why. We had I know it wasn't the chemicals, because we never used any chemicals on that. Checking around, and there's been times, at certain times of the day, we can walk around and check it when it gets up to the high part. Right now it's kind of fluctuating. We're assuming that some of these cell phone towers can throw out some very high frequencies that might affect it. We do know that frequencies do affect germination on the seeds. Kevin's doing some stuff on the science fair project at school and on checking it. So basically we added some other stuff here. When it gets extremely hot, or I kind of go around in different parts of the field, and as I'm walking around I check the frequencies, and there'll be a certain spot. Sometimes it might be from the power lines. I can walk out on the road and there ain't no power lines, and all of a sudden I can get a high frequency of it. So I'm not saying this is bad or good. I'm just saying that I'm starting to spend a little bit more time checking with other tools here that we normally never thought about, because when something weird happens we start checking on it. And that's why we're doing the soil samples and testing for aluminum. We never tested for it. My daughter's got one of Dane Wigington's geoengineering papers up there, so I'm wanting people and farmers to start taking a look at this situation. He's got all the paperwork and stuff here. He's done a great job of finding this stuff, and he said don't take your word for it, and I didn't. I went and checked him out, and I've looked in other places and found more information other than what he has given. And he's got over 25 million people on his website, and he's got a weekly radio thing of up-to-date news that we don't hear. So I do sympathize with Donald Trump on the fake news, the stuff that should be really important, like these storms and stuff. And Dane was hit with terrible droughts, and now as we got this extremely warm weather in February, it's unusual, and granted we enjoy it, but it ain't normal than what we used to be. Usually we're standing in 2 inches of snow and we got coats on, but there is times that it gets this warm. Somebody said back in 1980 it got this warm during this time. Very cautious about working the fields too wet, too early. Get big rains, you got to do it all over. We don't want to lose the soil. I'm sowing oats down here to have a grassland crop. We got hilly ground, and that's why we raise hay on it, and trying to make more money with hay. But we've been going through quite a few severe things, and I also would like to dedicate this day to a banker and a tax man who started my business. He passed away, was buried today. I won't say his name with respect to his family, but he helped me get my corporation started, and I talked to some lawyers and read Donald Trump's books and all this stuff, and he said, well, you don't need a lawyer. He says, I'll go in and take care of it. And we just filed the papers. Only cost me a couple $100 to go to Springfield and do all this work. where the lawyers wanted several thousands of dollars. So there's a lot of good people out there that helped us. That's why we're here. I like to express my thanks to him standing in my field with our business here on it. I also wish I could get a hold of Donald Trump and so we can straighten some of these stupid things out on these farm bills. They're not really helping the family farm like they should be. We need more animal agriculture. We need more people in agriculture so our children can be involved. Thank you very much.